Hi, my name is Carla Irvin, and I'm going to share some sleep solutions with you today. These are suggestions that hopefully will help you have better quality sleep, will help you sleep longer, and fall asleep faster. So we're going to start with some oils that you probably received as part of the study group if you chose sleep as your option. My favorite, number one, being the Serenity Blend. Serenity is one of the most popular oils. It's just an all-time favorite. Primarily, when you smell Serenity, you're going to get that lavender, but it's a whole host of different oils in here, including Ylang Ylang, vetiver, and vanilla. You definitely get that vanilla note. It is incredibly calming, and it's the perfect oil to use aromatically and topically to help you get to sleep. So aromatically, you can put a drop or two in the palm of your hand. You can rub your hands together. You can smell. Within 30 seconds after inhalation, you're going to feel the effects, that calming effects of the Serenity on your whole central nervous system, right? You can also put this in a diffuser if you happen to have a diffuser. And I mentioned using it topically. You could apply, I like to inhale for those 30 seconds, and then I rub the essential oil on my neck and my chest and the base of my skull. And if I have any left over after that, I then rub my hands on my pillow so that every time I turn my head, I get that little burst of serenity. It's just an incredibly calming and wonderful oil to help you fall asleep faster. Another oil that you might have received in your kit is Copaiba. Copaiba is comparable to CBD oil, if that's something you're familiar with. And there will be a link to a video that Dr. Hill, who's the Chief Medical Officer for doTERRA, has presented on Copaiba and comparing it to CBD. This is an oil that you can use topically for pain. So if pain is a reason that you're not sleeping well, you can definitely use it topically on the area of concern. But it's also an oil that you can use internally. So you can take a drop or two under the tongue, and it is incredibly restful. Every night before I go to sleep, I place that drop or two under the tongue, and it just helps you go into a deeper state of restfulness. For me, I feel like it calms the mind and really just allows my mind to settle and allows me to fall asleep faster. So Copaiba is a really excellent choice to help you with sleep. Another oil you might have received as part of the sleep study is Spikenard. Spikenard is a really chemically complex oil and is one that really amplifies the effects of other oils. It's also related to valerian root. Spikenard from doTERRA is sourced in Nepal. And I also would like to share, you'll see in the links, a great sourcing story for how the spikenard is harvested. It's actually a root, much like valerian, if you're familiar with valerian root and its calming properties. And so this is an oil that you can use, again, topically, layering it with the Serenity. I actually like to put the spikenard on the soles of my feet because I find that the smell of the spikenard to me is a little bit stronger, and it's maybe not so much one that I want to have close to my face, but I do like its calming properties, so I'll apply that on the soles of the feet. And for me, the oil that I always put on the soles of my feet before bed is vetiver. Vetiver is one of my personal favorite oils. This is sourced from Haiti, and it is the roots of a grass that grows in Haiti. And remember, doTERRA sources their oils all over the world because they are looking for the areas where the oil is grown optimally, where it possesses the best qualities because it's receiving all of the proper conditions that it needs to grow and be at its best. So for doTERRA, that is sourcing its vetiver from Haiti. It is an incredibly calming sedative oil. So it's one that I suggest trying out using it before bed. Again, this is one that I apply to the soles of the feet because it is so powerful that it might be a little bit too sedative for you to use throughout the day. Although if you do have something like ADHD, trouble focusing, I do know people that use vetiver to help them with their focus. But for me, it acts as a real sedative. Vetiver is a really, really thick oil, and it can take a while for a drop of vetiver to come out. So my tip with vetiver is once you've gotten down and used a little bit of the bottle, I like to top it off with some coconut oil right in the bottle. So that helps thin it out a little bit. And the coconut oil also is a fractionated coconut oil, which means it's the coconut oil in its liquid form. That also acts as a carrier oil. And carrier oils can really be any kind of vegetable-based oil, but they allow the essential oil to stay on the skin for a longer period of time, so less flashing off of the oil. More of the beneficial properties are able to be absorbed in the skin. So that's my tip for vetiver. There are other ways that you can use the essential oils internally, including my favorite, which is the Serenity, which I also use as part of my nightly sleep routine. I have a pretty extensive essential oil nightly sleep routine, but I take 1 or 2 depending on sort of the stressful level of my day and whether or not I feel really hyped up before bed. So I'll take 1 or 2 of the Serenity capsules. Now, the doTERRA Serenity oil is not an internal use oil. It does not have the supplement facts that you would find on a bottle like Copaiba, which has the supplement facts, which means it can be taken internally. So there's some oil in the blend that is not one that they recommend for internal use. Now, the Copaiba, they make a blend in a capsule form that is specifically designed for internal use. And not only does it include some of the oils that are in the Serenity blend, there's also other things in it like lemon balm, passion flower, there's chamomile. And one of the interesting things that I find in the Serenity blend is the L-theanine, which is an extract from green or black tea. Now, of course, this extract, the L-theanine, doesn't have anything to do with the caffeine that you find in tea that might ramp you up a little bit. So imagine drinking a cup of tea, and you might sense that effect of the caffeine, that little edge of energy that you get. But when you're drinking a cup of tea, how do you feel? You feel there's this sense of like calm and peacefulness. And that is actually promoted by the L-theanine. That's when you are feeling that calming, soothing effect from the tea, that is the L-theanine at work. And that is one of the ingredients in Serenity and one of the things that makes it really helpful to fall asleep faster. I should also point out that Copaiba also comes in capsule form from doTERRA. I just didn't bring my bottle downstairs from next to my bed, but you can take the Copaiba in capsule form in case you don't want to put it under your tongue. It doesn't have the best taste in the world. It's very woodsy, very earthy. So you can actually get the Copaiba in the capsule form so that you can take it that way. Now, I wanted to add a couple of bonus things, maybe some things that you didn't get in your kit that might affect your sleep. One of them being if you have a difficult time falling asleep because of hormonal issues, then I suggest Clary Calm. This is great for someone at any part of the cycle of their life, other than women who are trying to get pregnant or are pregnant, because there are some anecdotal evidence that clary sage, which is the main constituent oil, can bring on contractions. So you really don't want to use that if you're pregnant or trying to become pregnant, but otherwise anyone at any stage in their life can really appreciate the benefits of Clary Calm. My husband even uses it because men have hormones too. And one of the things that wakes me up at night or can wake me up at night might be like a little hot flash. I'm 44 and I'm already getting those perimenopausal hot flashes. So the Clary Calm is going to help to balance the hormones and help prevent those hot flashes from happening. But if you're in the middle of a hot flash, you forgot your Clary Calm, you might use the Deep Blue. This happens to be the Deep Blue rub. You could apply Deep Blue on the back of your neck. I like to put it on the back of my knees for its cooling effect if you're in the middle of a hot flash. So that's really great if you start off the night hot, or if you wake up in the middle of the night hot, that's when you get out your Deep Blue. Another thing that I have got to mention are the Long Life Vitality supplements. These are the baseline for your health and wellness. And when you're taking the Long Life Vitality supplements, they're going to improve your level of stress. They're going to improve your immune function. They're going to help if you have any kind of inflammation in your body. So if those are reasons that you might not be sleeping well, then the Long Life Vitality is going to be really, really key in helping regulate your body and helping you stay asleep and fall asleep faster. And I'm sure there'll be more information on Long Life Vitality that's shared throughout the study group. And there'll be a link to more information that you can find here too. One little tip I want to say as well is you can always pick up a little keychain from doTERRA that holds 8 bottles of essential oils. So if you're traveling and you want to take a little collection of your oils for sleep or any issue that you might have, this is a really great way to have your oils on hand with you all the time. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Remind you that you want to comment on this video before the next video is posted the next day in order to be eligible to win a prize. So I want you to comment with something that you learned from this video today by tomorrow, and a random winner will be drawn and you get a free gift from your study group guide. So I hope you guys have a great evening, and thank you so much for tuning in. You can also comment with questions and I'd be happy to answer. Take care.